Sacramento! 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 All right, Sacramento! Let's go crush these guys!
They weren't proactive, and they didn't take advantage of some opportunities they had. By making it, I've been in the depths of the arena. I do some part-time riding. It's a bad facility. There's reasons that the NCAA women's tournament won't come back to this camp because of the facility. It's not an arena. It's not a basketball issue. It's a Christian gathering, motocross, monster truck, concert, and Kings problem. It's a community problem. That arena needs to be fixed, and it can't be fixed, so it needs to be replaced. And because it's not been replaced over the last 10 years, all these people out here, and fans of the King, are going to have nothing to cheer about come next season. It's a shame. It's a shame that somebody didn't stand up and say this can't happen to our community. It's a shame that people that sat in their seats 10 years ago didn't do something about this. I respect you, Mayor Johnson, for at least standing up and saying this is one of the first things you were going to attempt to do when you took office. And you tried to do that. The fact is, though, that some of these decisions might have been made, and you are in the loop, and they're pressing forward, and this is something that we may not be able to stop. I just urge you to do what you can at this point. It's a crying shame if we have something that 17,000 people could fill that place once we start winning again, which we are on the path to do. We're building a great team, we've got a great core, and all of a sudden, we're going to build this team and they're going to go. And we have to watch it from afar, be the team that we know could be back in 2002. Jackie Christie gave me tickets to the Kings finals, and it was the best time I ever had. Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's not lately on, so why I'm here. I got my old jersey on. 30 years old, lived in Sacramento all my life. I remember my dad taking me when the Kings first got here when I was 5 years old to the old Arco. The office building is now in North Market. I remember going there. So Arco Arena is a pleasure compared to that old building with a few memories I have. He bought me this jacket in the late 80s. As you can see, it's shrunk a little bit. I'm not going to pretend I know about the economics of the whole situation. I'm just going to relay some personal experiences that I have. I remember my father taking me to games. Now I'm old enough that I can take him to games. It's a father-son bonding experience, and it's very dear to my heart. Also, all the people here that you see, and all the other Sacramento Kings fans, we have something in common. None of these people know that they're now my friends. We came out here in support of the team. So I just like to urge you to do whatever you can, hopefully to keep the Kings to safe. And that's all I have for you. Thank you.
Fact needs to be repeated over and over again until people understand the truth of that and understand it. I understand a lot of the mistakes that were made in these processes in the past were done by other people, other places. There were bad ballot initiatives, tone-deaf hamburger commercials that we all know about, but all that's irrelevant now. Because this mayor and this city council now own the results of whatever happens. I'll remind the council what it already knows, but it bears repeating. The Maloofs own the arena. And if they leave, well, I mean, it may stumble along for a year or maybe two, but eventually that land's going to be sold and it will be torn down. And so there will be nothing. In the capital city of the state of California, there will be no large venue for any sort of entertainment. Music, basketball, hockey, motocross, whatever. There will be nothing. It will be gone. And eventually we'll have to build something. We're going to have to build something. I'd also remind you that even in the playoffs years, Arco was only occupied by the Kings about 20% of the events that were there. 20%. Yet, many in this room have let the local press and various naysayers repeat the "let the millionaires build their own arena" nonsense. 20%. I personally think that it follows that if the King's contributions and initial investment and or long-term payments can equal 20% of the cost of a new facility that we need anyway, that's a pretty damn good deal for the city. What do we want the conversation to be over the next 5, 10, or 15 years? That we sat around and did nothing and took on those costs later? Or that though some in the public may disagree now, we erred on the side of getting something done?
Good evening, Mayor Johnson, members of the council. My name is Mike Tavares. I'm a Sacramento resident since 1978 and a diehard Kings fan since 1985 and 81. I understand a youth sports and entertainment complex is for Sacramento and its region. I would hate to lose our Kings. We have over a quarter of a century of history being together, and a breakup between our city and our team would be devastating to us in so many ways, in terms of our civic pride, our history, our economy, etc. In the past, I had an opportunity to continue with the military, serving elsewhere, but as fate would have it, I had to remain here. And I'll never forget when I was at Nellis Air Force Base for some training and a tour, we were at a restaurant in Las Vegas watching the Kings-Spurs game, and as we're cheering on our Kings, another tape was cheering on the Spurs. So we're going back and forth, and afterwards we talked and said, we know Sacramento because that's where the Kings are. Fast forward a year later, during my criminal justice class at Sac State, we were playing the Mavericks in the 2002 playoffs, and I asked my friend, can you text me and let me know, give me some updates? Soon, my phone was going all over the classroom. The instructor saw this, said, okay, I can tell there's a game, go out to the studio and let's go watch the game. Today, I'm a community college counselor and professor at Columbus River College and Sacramento City College. I work with a diverse student population, which includes educationally and economically disadvantaged students, as well as former and current foster youth students. Blue Sports Entertainment and Sacramento Kings have donated their time by coming to my class and speaking to my students about how beautiful higher education is, to complete their college education, to do internships, to network, so they can get that career that they are passionate about. They've also given away tickets, jerseys, bobbleheads, things like that to my students to not only to reward them for their success, but also to inspire those who are struggling. If we have a feasible arena plan, I think there should be some kind of Citizens Arena Trust Fund. I would be more than happy to donate, and I know others will too. It may be a drop in the bucket, but I want to put my money where my mouth is. Again, this is more than just the Kings. This is about our entertainment and our other events. This is about our history, our culture. This is about our economy. This is about our identity. This is about Sacramento and its surrounding area. So please save our Sacramento Kings. You have my support. Thank you.
I followed the Kings since I was 10 years old when they moved here. My son's followed the Kings since he was 3 months old when we took him to a playoff game. I think it's just really sad that we've got ourselves into a situation where everyone voted unanimously for a program that may or may not get anything done in the same time frame that you guys knew the NBA, the Kings had an opportunity to walk away from our city. It's really disheartening for me. So what I would do if I were you, I would try to figure out if this is about money, which I think it is. And if it's about money and the Maloofs owe $67 million, $9 million prepaid, whatever it may be, then maybe you could use some of that money to keep them in town long enough to see if the Taylor Group can do what you think they can do. And if they can't, then let them walk away next March 1st. At least you did what you could. But as of right now, you're about to see a $10 million tenant walk away. And that building's not going to get built. I mean, without an anchor tenant, you're done. And 5 or 6 years from now, when something may get done, which what you guys are talking about, that's a good dream, but a mayor who played in the NBA, who lets his NBA team walk away, and a city council who couldn't get something done, probably won't be the ones making the decision on whether or not the pro team will be here or not. Thank you.
Johnson, members of the council. My name is Eduardo Montes. I stand here today as a resident of Sacramento, Kings fan, and a member of the Hero State movement, asking you to please do not give up on us and continue to fight with us to keep our Kings in Sacramento. While we understand the chances of the team staying are slim, we're still here fighting for what we love and what we believe is right. And we urge you to please support us in Congress. We need you in the Sacramento community. It's amazing how we've been able to come together for this. We're just a group of fans, people from all over Sacramento, some with nothing in common but the love of the Kings. If it wasn't for the one thing that brings us together, we wouldn't know each other, we wouldn't be here fighting for the same thing, working in the same community. And that's what I think is so special about the Sacramento team. If you get past the sport, entertainment, the wins and losses, what you have is a group of people who share a passion like no other. I honestly can't think of many other things that would bring a community together like this, as you can see here. And this is not just about Sacramento. Our movement has grown exponentially in the past month, and thanks to the internet and social media, we have Kings fans from all over the world.
Good evening, Mayor Johnson and City Council members. As a member of the Hero State movement, I stand before you with Kings fans, residents and taxpayers behind me, who have all been dedicated to this franchise and the city for years. We are here tonight to tell you that we still have hope and have not given up on the idea of keeping the Kings in Sacramento. We believe all of you should join us in that point of view. The arena topic is not on the agenda tonight, but that didn't stop us from coming together to illustrate how important we believe this team is to our city and our region. Kings fans have sold out 17 of 26 seasons, and Sacramento has 2 of the 5 longest sellout streaks in NBA history. Your constituents love and support this basketball team. As Ed mentioned, the Here We Stay campaign has grown in size over the last 6 months quite a bit. We now have upward of 5,000 people following us on Facebook and Twitter, and helped sell out the February 28th game. We're going to continue to fight and plan to sell out the game against Oklahoma City Thunder on April 11th. We hope that you can join us in that fight in any way you can. As you saw earlier, fans will be pumped up outside, signs and chanting. You call them wishful thinkers, but you can't take away their spirit and dedication. I'll leave you with a few comments that former King donor Greg Luganville made in Sacramento Bee recently. He said, "It's about our region, our national reputation as the capital city of the state with the 8th largest economy in the world. We need a vision and we need it now." He went on to say that for a public-private partnership to work, the 5 biggest counties should be included, and that we need to be creative and dream a little. There's no deal with Anaheim yet, and because of that, the time for action is still now. Thank you, and here we stay.